we need to talk. Because Helldivers 2 just dropped a new trailer, and somehow, they managed to tease Halo ODST in it. Yeah, you heard me right. Sony's Helldivers teasing Xbox's Halo subseries. And here's the best part. Instead of sparking a console war meltdown, the internet just loved it. Xbox players are like, nice nod, PlayStation. PlayStation fans are like, haha, I see what you did there. And everyone's collectively giggling like the two popular kids in school just exchanged inside jokes in front of the whole cafeteria. But as silly as it sounds, this moment says a lot about where the industry is right now. It's not just about Helldivers 2. It's about the fact that we're watching the old, bitter console war model start to crumble. If you missed it, let me paint the scene. The trailer opens, soldiers prepping for battle, dropships primed, a moody, almost noir-like color palette, that heavy bass hum in the background, and then the drop sequence. You see that urban backdrop, that stark lighting, that slow, dramatic fall through the atmosphere? If you've played Halo 3 ODST, you know exactly why your brain was screaming, wait a minute. This wasn't an accidental, oh, our art direction just happens to look like ODST. Nah, this was intentional. Arrowhead knew exactly what they were referencing. This is the equivalent of a band covering another band's song at a live concert, knowing full well the fans in the crowd will freak out. And let's give some credit here. ODST isn't just any Halo game, it's a cult favorite. It dropped back in 2009 as this weird experimental spin-off where you weren't Master Chief, you were an orbital dropshock trooper. A regular-ish soldier in a war of gods and aliens. It was moody, it was grounded. It had this jazz noir soundtrack that made you feel like you were playing a space detective story. It's still one of the most atmospheric Halo games ever made. And here's Helldivers 2 in 2025, just casually recreating one of ODST's most iconic vibes in a PlayStation exclusive. This isn't like referencing a random Call of Duty map. This is referencing something meaningful to Xbox's history. Let's rewind to 2013. The Last of Us is fresh. Xbox One just launched with the Kinect baggage. People are throwing console war haymakers on forums daily. If Helldivers 2 existed back then and pulled this stunt, forget it. NeoGAF, Reddit, and gaming YouTube would have been in a feeding frenzy. The headlines would be Sony mocks Xbox with shameless Halo copycat, or Xbox fans outraged at PlayStation's disrespect. But here in 2025, we're getting wholesome comments like, haha, nice nod guys, love to see it. Wait, PlayStation referencing Halo? My worlds are colliding. The shift is wild. This ODST nod is just the tip of the iceberg. The bigger picture is that we are in an era where platform walls are falling faster than anyone expected. Sony's putting games on PC, something they swore they'd never do. Microsoft is putting their games on Switch and PlayStation, something that would have gotten Phil Spencer burned at the stake by the hardcore fan base in 2014. It's not even shocking anymore to hear rumors that PlayStation and Xbox are in talks about content deals. 10 years ago, even the rumor would have caused full-scale Reddit riots. You know why Arrowhead can pull this off without backlash? Because Helldivers 2 is the poster child for how to build goodwill in 2025. They launched a fun, chaotic co-op shooter, kept it updated, actively engaged with the community, and here's the big one. Didn't drown it in anti-consumer nonsense. No predatory monetization scandal, no broken launch. They earned trust. When a dev earns trust, they can play with the audience like this. They can poke fun, they can wink at competitors, and the fans eat it up. Okay, mini rant time. I'm old enough to remember when exclusive actually meant something. If you wanted Halo 2, you bought an Xbox. If you wanted God of War 2, you bought a PlayStation. End of story. It was brutal, it was consumer unfriendly in hindsight, but it was also kind of thrilling. You had bragging rights. Your console had the game everyone else wanted. Now, I can buy The Last of Us Part 1 on Steam. I can play Sea of Thieves on PS5. Even Nintendo, The Last Fortress, is letting its games show up in theme parks owned by Universal. The old rules are gone. And honestly, the Helldivers ODST nod feels like a symbolic, yeah, we're all in the same sandbox now moment. If you think this is the last time you'll see cross-brand winks like this, you're kidding yourself. This is the appetizer. Imagine a Halo Infinite armor skin inspired by Helldivers, Kratos as a limited-time boss in Gears of War. Forza Horizon DLC featuring Gran Turismo tracks as a friendly rivalry update. We're not there yet, but the ODST nod proves that devs want to play with these ideas, and the audience is way more open to it than they used to be. You might say, dude, it's just a cinematic sequence. Who cares? But that's the thing. It's not just about the shot. It's about the tone shift in the industry. A decade ago, PlayStation referencing Halo would have been a shot across the bow. Today, it's a high five. That's a cultural shift in gaming. That's bigger than Helldivers. That's about where we're heading. Fewer walls, more bridges. So yeah, Helldivers 2 just teased Halo ODST, and it's hilarious, nostalgic, and if you zoom out, a sign of what's coming. But what do you think? Are we watching the death of the console war, or just its evolution into something friendlier and weirder? And more importantly, would you actually want full-blown crossover events between PlayStation and Xbox IP? Or does that ruin the magic? Because if Kratos shows up in Halo, I'm not sure if I'd laugh or cry.